Hey folks, I did say on Facebook that I would post a video about Mars retrograde tomorrow, but you know what? I have the energy today and I'm gonna do it today. I just got back in. I was out at Target First Saturday, which is at the Brooklyn Museum. They have the first Saturday of the month is a whole bunch of awesome free stuff, and just, you know, you can go out and see what's what and just have a good time on Target's dime. Awesome. So I am going to talk about Mars retrograde and I am super duper excited. I pulled quite a few cards for you. Let's hope I remember all that I have to say when it's time to get to the cards. So, because I'm going to talk about Mars retrograde first. Okay. So Mars retrograde. So Mars went into retrograde around June 26th to 27th. It was in a pre-shadow since sometime in May. And retrograde for Mars will be done about August 27th, with the shadow, post-shadow extending all the way until like October 8th. And Mars basically governs our actions. But right now, this transit is really impacting our relationship dynamics. And from everything that I've been reading, it's saying that during the Mars retrograde transit, to avoid making commitments, avoid starting fights, because you'll probably lose them. Now is a good time to really sit with yourself and think about relationship dynamics among yourself and others, but also with yourself. So I am following a couple rules to help me get through the Mars transit. Before I get to that though, I'll mention a few things that you might be experiencing right now. And you know, a lot of you could be experiencing these things, but I want to say for those of you who really aren't experiencing anything, what happens is the closer you get to yourself spiritually and connected to what triggers you, you'll start feeling these things, or you could be feeling things and not sure what to attribute it to. So from what I've been seeing and noticing and also experiencing with myself with Mars retrograde is that, blast from the past. People you may have had something with and it didn't work out, or coming back to check for you, to look for you, just to revisit what you had. Also, people who you didn't expect who were into you, like close friends, might show some sort of interest. That's been happening. You might be reevaluating how you feel about yourself, your achievements, where you are right now in life, what's next for you. So for a person like me, I'm a Libra sun. Libra is the sign of partnerships and relationships. So I've been going practically insane because this retrograde is basically challenging what I pretty much hold dear, which are relationships, friendships, like how we connect with others like that. You know, it means something to me, and having things go a little topsy-turvy or getting a few curveballs have been kind of making me feel super off balance and emotional. So if these things are coming at you, people from the past, or even old friends, what I want you to know is you don't have to make any snap decisions. Eventually you will need to make choices, but they don't have to be snap ones. You can take this transit time to sit, think, weigh out all of your options, and then make a decision when Mars goes direct, or even when it's out of the post-shadow period, which is going to be right around when autumn begins. You don't have to rush. And that's really the main thing with this. And if you are having relationship dynamic issues with others, before you go and talk to them about it or challenge them, really consider why you have the issue. Really take a long look at yourself about why you have a problem. Because you might find the source of that issue just solely within yourself, or just magnified and really not on the other person as much as you might think. So some of the things that I've been trying to adhere to during this transit has been silence. Like, kind of like, be quiet, for real. Like, don't, if it isn't a communication or a discussion to kind of push the needle forward or to get clarity, then you probably shouldn't be having it. So really think about your motivations behind the things you are saying to people, because they may not be coming from a very clear place given the transit right now. So keep that in mind. Another thing that I've been adhering to is just the whole self-reflection bit. Looking at myself closely, my relationship with myself. Am I doing the best that I can? And where can I improve? Just really being with me and feeling all of my feelings. And then the last one is just surviving, like just getting through the day in one piece, emotionally, physically, mentally. That's what I'm doing right now for this transit. Another thing too is, since I was saying that people might be coming back from your past and you might feel old feelings coming up, you know, you might feel like some of the issues you had with these people in the past may seem easier to deal with because it's been so long. One of the things that helped me determine who should probably stay and who should probably go is my strategy screen. I have strategy screens, and it's one of the things that I learned from Tiffany Dufu. She wrote the book Dropping the Ball, and it's really amazing. And she said that, you know, a strategy screen can really help you make decisions about areas of your life that are significant to you. So for example, my purpose work is significant to me. So I have a strategy screen that I basically run everything that I plan to do through to determine if it supports my purpose. So some of my purpose strategy screen items are, does this event or activity help me to network and meet people and basically support me propelling forward with my purpose? Does this help me to be inspired or inspire? Does this help me to be better at what I offer in my level of intellect or information or knowledge, skills, and set for what I'm offering through my purpose? And as I stack things up against that, it helps me to decide where I should be showing my face and where I shouldn't. I have a strategy screen for purpose, I have a strategy screen for friends, and I have a strategy screen for a relationship. So, for example, if someone comes back from my past, like relationship-wise, and they're interested, I'm holding that strategy screen up to them and saying, well, they're not meeting it, or I don't see that they can meet it, or even maybe I should discuss some things with them to see if it's a possibility they can meet this. But if I see that they really can't, then they don't get to stay around. And a strategy screen is not a long list of traits and qualities. It is very significant things like, do our values align? Is this person emotionally and physically available to me? Am I emotionally and physically available to them? So it's very significant. Your strategy screen shouldn't have more than like 3-4 things on it, maybe 5, but it should be very, very brief. Consider that to help you determine. Okay? So we're going to get on to the cards portion of it. And like I said, I hope I remembered everything that I have to say, because when I was pulling up these cards, I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I actually pulled from 3 decks tonight for you all. So the first one is Enchanted Map, which I love. I'm just going to show you. I always show you guys. You probably are sick and tired of seeing this. Enchanted Map, one of my favorites. All right. And the first, I was only going to pull 1 card from each of these 3 decks, but with the Enchanted Map, 1 fell out. And sometimes when a card falls out of a deck, depending on what I get from Spirit, I'll just let that be the card, or I'll pull another one because I feel like another one needs to be pulled. So from the Enchanted Map deck, I do have 2. So the Enchanted Map deck recognizes reversals. So, you know, what the card means upright is something different than what it means if it's facing the opposite direction down. But this particular card came up sideways. This is the Peaks of Joy card. It fell out the deck sideways, and I'm going to, and I love that this happened, because really what this is Peaks of Joy sideways. Some of you are going to have that joy and some of you aren't, and that's because it is a choice. A choice. So for those of you who are struggling right now with this Mars transit, and you were looking at yourself and you were like beating yourself up, or you're worried about your material gain where you are in life and it's dragging you down, you might want to shift that and focus on what's going right for you and where you are in cultivating happiness, joy, and contentment right there in your moment. And if you want to be better, do things that nurture you, that bring you up, that's your purpose. Anything that makes you feel good, anything that propels you into your interest and cultivating that, do that. But really, some of you are going to go the way of creating your own joy, and some of you are going to go the opposite direction and wallow in your own self-pity. So you have a choice. Again, it didn't just come upright, it didn't just come down, it came sideways. So this means that you have the opportunity. It's like balancing. You can go like this, or you can go like that. You can go like this, and you can go like that. You can go like this, or you can go like that. I'm sorry. Can you tell I'm in a good mood? All right, so that was that. The second card that I got from the Enchanted Map deck was, ooh, commitment. Commitment. Commitment is so sweet because it can totally mean like a love commitment. But what I want to say to you is, with this commitment card, is there's a possibility that someone that shows up, something might come out of this whole transit. Whether it's a new relationship, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new something, there will be an opportunity when you have to really make a choice about something, and that's what you're going to be sticking with. It doesn't have to be right now, but know that it's coming. And the other part of this is, be sure to make the commitment to yourself, to get through this transit, to analyze yourself, to take the time to sit and wonder and think about anything that's coming up for you. Don't run from it. I was talking to my good friend today, and he was like, you know, I just cannot look at myself like in the mirror. Like, I can't do it because I'm working through so many things that I want to fix. I was like, that is the perfect time to look yourself in the mirror and just be like, hey, you, what's up? Why do you feel this way, and what can we do about it? So make the commitment to yourself. But for some of you, you might walk out of Mars retrograde with something special, something really, really, really brand new. And even if it's not that, a renewed commitment to yourself and what you need to propel you forward, to get you upright with this joy, is a win in my book. Okay? All right. So the other card that I pulled, this is Journey of Love. You know, I love Journey of Love. About the love energy that's going on. And look at what I got. The choice. Again, like I said, how you are dealing with this transit, the choice is yours. If you are going to use it effectively and come out in a good place, or if you're going to crumble under the pressure of avoidance and come out in a not so great place. So you have to make a conscious effort to determine which way you want to go and choose. And again, like I was saying, like with this commitment card, this choice card is basically the same thing. It's the same with Peaks of Joy, choosing. At some point in this transit, you got to choose how you're going to work with it. You're going to choose how you're going to treat yourself, how you're going to treat others, and what you're going to do when this transit is over. Because chances are, everything you're sitting on right now, through it, at the end, you gotta come to a decision. So enjoy it now. Take the time to sit, because you don't want to be at the last minute and you're backed into a corner needing to make all of these decisions and you're not ready. So prepare and be prepared to have some potentially difficult conversations with yourself and with others so you can get the clarity you need to make the decision that's best for you, okay? And then the final card that I have, and you guys are not going to believe this one, or maybe you will. This is from the Whispers of Healing deck. And that card is ruminate. Again, sitting, thinking, considering, not beating yourself up, avoiding negativity. If you feel a certain type of way and you're upset, breathe it out. Practice loving kindness with yourself. Be patient, but try your best to just get through it, clean it up, respect the process. You have a choice in the process. Honor it. Honor that. And then, you know, we can all get through Mars retrograde in one piece. Okay. Namaste.